Our ancestors did not value education. They never thought education was a priority to them. Most communities here at Mnyenzeni are peasant farmers. We solely have to depend on the rains. If they fail, this means this is the end of everything. Life isn't that easy because people really go through hardships. Most families are poor. Some even do without food. When Purity went to school, there wasn't free education in Kenya. It was rare to find many children in school.
Mina mitsihanzere ni mvyazi wangu kutsamvirika ambaye mthuvirikwe mwanaki. Haya mina tsivirikirwe.
Most parents take their boys to school and leave their girls back at home.
Tani ye mwenye kifya kwetu ala pesa warunazo mbakazi warunafanya. Naanza kwenda kamare tani kihendarira lakini babaki rema kanivirikire. Siku zizi miaka ya pindi kukujibwe wari miaka ya pindi ndo anakike kaviri kwa skuli. Lafino miaka yino la kila mwenga some maana kila mwengo na bahati. Nda bahatika aze kufae.
All kids have equal rights because they are all my kids.
The first day when I was taken to school by my daddy, I was not happy about that because I thought my father was punishing me. But as I was taken to class, I really enjoyed and I was happy because I met with different people from different areas. We socialized and we became friends.
Right from primary school, Purity has been a hard-working student.
When I was in class, the boys were so many as compared to the girls. So the girls who were in that class were very few and we felt to be so special among the girls who never went to school.
Opata shida vivyo za kukala una tapatapa ukiambwa pesa una kia vivyo la kishia mlungu unacho. Ukibambanya bambanya hukilafya pore takimala. Namanya vivyo ni na hewa fununu ni ya mlungu. Ukiona bahana afundishe.
My parents really sacrificed a lot in order to take me to school. They sold most of their properties they had. They sold goats, chicks, and also we had the windows in our house. Also the doors, there are some who were sold in order to get something to take me to school.
You have to sacrifice. You have to leave some other things out. I wanted Purity to acquire education. I didn't bother whether it was expensive or not. Failure to go to high school, the students have no alternative. Most of these students become bread earners for their families.
Kafana tofauti hapo sawa ambao wakwenda kwa sekondari lakini kukiriri. Ukuya za kuko kila sikahirika nyuma ukienda Mombasa amba kufikire kwa kumbele. ambe vivini muthu aiye wagagwa pange gakwenda mabasa kisha pange gakuhwalwa mudo kyake unamsikira hiyo hwalwa akwenda tavipandeni mbahu kenda rimira la ukimanya elimu ni mbidzo bahana kyasome.
In the year 2002 is when we had the Queen's people coming to Kenya. Baba Brett introduced himself to us. Later promised you that if you work hard, you will be taken to a high school because the Coins are ready to sponsor anybody who is going to do well in his or her academics.
Coins started with the scholarship program right from secondary school, and with that facility, quite a big number of students are now in secondary schools.
From the time that Purity qualified to go to high school, our scholarship program has provided Purity with a way to continue her education.
Nasikira furaha bidzo sana hata muda wangu ukishekere kufurahika.
I'm very grateful to Coins and thank God that this program now is in operation.
I felt special because I saw that most of the girls were at home assisting their parents in farming and cultivating, but I was taken to school.
Wari unanisaidia bemba wari natwa skuli. Ari kazi zao ni ziloni. Basi lakini kimtana ibazira kiramuko paka masaga oni gakusoma. Niponda ila era skuli kuba kudza mapema haya ndani ndimagunishedia like la kadzire mapema memwe yena gedi medima kugatengesa tengesa.
During the weekdays, Purity used to wake up very early in the morning, around 5 a.m., prepare herself and go to school. After classes, Purity used to go back to school for the night preps. And she used to come back late in the night. This is around 11 o'clock. Purity was determined to lead the rest of the students in her class.
I first became aware of Purity, I think, about in her junior year. 7 years of going to Kenya, never seeing a girl perform at the highest levels. It was always a boy. Who's number one? Always a boy. Who's number two? Always a boy. And then one day I was in a class. Who's number one? In fact, her hand didn't go up. People had to tell me who it was because her humility wouldn't allow her to be recognized. And that was Purity.
Nasikira frambi zomba na maya tana la pesa lakini sisitupa zizo zinafanya kazi yeye.
When my daughter became number one in her class, I had a lot of joy. I felt very happy.
Our kids take education for granted to such a level because it comes so easy to them. If they don't do very well in high school, they can still get their diploma. Once you get your diploma, you have community college, technical college, all kinds of things. And then if you do okay, maybe you can go to a second level, second tier university. And then if you do well there, you can move to a Tier 1 university. And then you can go on to graduate schools. And there's all of these options. These children in Kenya don't have any options. There's a national test in Kenya to qualify for university through the government system. They have to achieve certain marks on this national exam. The opportunity that says you go on or you stay at the farm. They get one opportunity to take a test. Our ACT lasts for 4 hours. Their ACT, or the equivalent of an ACT, will last for 3.5 weeks. And they have to achieve the equivalent of what it would take for us to get a full ride scholarship to Harvard. And if they fail, they're a farmer. That's the reality of where they live.
Like the saying goes, practice makes perfect. In order that one can be fully prepared for the exam, then that person must commit himself or herself to her academic work.
Studying for the national exam, it really needs a lot of sacrifices because you have to spend most of the day's hours reading and doing most of the homeworks and the assignments given by the teachers. And also in the evening, you also have to use most of the hours reading, and you sleep only for a few hours.
Uko kunjina tsimanya kuko kumba kuna njina opatala minona maya yuyu wangu kare baba.
To these kids that show up at the crack of dawn and they don't go home until 12, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning because they're under a small lantern somewhere cramming for this test. And they don't do it for a couple of days like we do before a test happens. They're doing it for 6 months.
Na mimi manake goyo dalili yana rina yona hangu ni mdide vombirika akuratus nasari. Aritsimbaya ikimaya yuyu paka kire kombereni.
When she was taking her final exams, the entire Mrabu family used to pray for her.
Arisina wasiwasi mina mayawari yonda kira tumana na mawaru na bidii.
When the results were announced, I was at home over the radios. My daddy was listening to the news that day. So I've been sent to go to the shop. So, and coming back, I got the news from him that you have passed the exams, and I was very happy. And I even asked myself questions. How did I perform that exam? And it was very tough. So I was really impressed and was very happy to hear that I've succeeded well in the exams.
Well, she led. She was number one. Everybody was shocked, in fact, because this is something we never expected. I expected a lower grade than that. But when I received the results, well, I was really, really happy.
After hearing the news, I was very happy and I felt like thanking God for whatever He did for me. I prayed a prayer of thanks to God.
The news went through like wildfire. A girl is going to go to university. Talk about dreams, talk about reality that just had to strike a chord with all of these little kids' hearts. They now are saying, I'm going to be like Purity. I'm going to go to university. Because now it's real.
With the accomplishment of her education, I don't think that I'm the only one to be proud of her, but the whole community and the country at large should also be proud of Purity's performance.
Nasikira raha kumanya kumbana risifanya ya kufuva na mwanangu kira tototo.
Well, as a parent, I'll be missing her. Although inwardly, I would love her to be there.
Mina sidabda mani mana na maya kuko iye ukasini na ikifikiria tu siku na zavava.
The specifics of what Purity will become is unknown. What I can be specific of is she's going to improve the world. In a small way or a big way, I don't know yet. But Purity has now opened up doors that heretofore would have never been imaginable. How big? I don't know. We'll see. But if I'm making a bet, I'll put my chips on Purity.
We will be missing her love, her patience, her advices. Of course, we will be missing her, but this is temporary. We know there is a time she'll be back here. She'll come back to this place.
Aona wanda kudzapenya moyo mbanda manya yuno wakira hava na juka hava kenda soma ta mlungu dzimwitiki ata vino kazini. Mina wanda dzi nani ada dzimu hata na wakale zayiye.
The impact on the community when Purity goes to university would be a big challenge to the other girls and parents, those parents who discriminate their kids. I think it's time they stopped that habit. Take all kids to school, be they girls or boys.
I think what is demonstrative of the fiber of these young kids that go on to university is that now their plan is to return. It's not just to go to the big city and disappear from the village life.
I want to come back because I want also the parents to see that if they educate their girls, after going to the university, they'll still come back and help us and motivate the other girls around.
Awangine tsiyamanya mkazo wao lakini anjisana ana bidii ya kupirikana skuli kwa hali naomba na maya maisha gasambi kukala mtu nasome na yekuda zifaye mwenye.
This is something God has planned for her.
Atsidangwe kurona kureha mabadiliko na rona nidzo kare na mabadiliko.
From the time they qualify for university to the time they actually go, they'll spend at least 1 year at home just because of the way the school operates. In every case, they have given back with greatness. They teach, they volunteer, they do a lot of work for coins in the community. So that's their giving back already. And now several of them have plans of bringing their education back to the village to help their own people. it won't be but a couple of years before our first doctor will come back into the village. And what will that mean to a place where there's never been one?
Maisha gasambi nagona ni mafu ikiona bahana ngu asome ila mwenga kuzazitengesera mwenye na kasiye.
We are going to have great changes in the very near future because it is only through education that we can eradicate poverty. There is no better way.
Ikwadzena ni mtwachivyala mwana wemba na muhenze. Baadaye ukalo tumboni to muvyale to murere ni lazima muhenze.
Yeah.